It's been one day since every human, except you, disappeared from the face of the earth. You're standing there, utterly confused, trying to make sense of what happened. One moment, you're in the middle of a bustling city, enjoying life, and the next, poof, everyone's gone. Just like that, the world's population has vanished. The chaos that follows is something straight out of a disaster movie. Cars, trucks, vans, tens of thousands of them, are suddenly left driverless. Streets, once flowing with traffic, are now filled with catastrophic crashes and wrecks. The scene is like something out of a Blues Brothers movie, only this time, there's no one around to clean up the mess. As you step out into the street, it's not just the vehicles that are the problem. The sky is falling, literally. Without pilots, planes that weren't already on autopilot begin plummeting from the sky like massive missiles, causing explosions that shake the city to its core. Before you can even process what's happening, massive fires have erupted everywhere. With no firefighters to fight them, the fires spread like wildfire, and your only option is to run. You can't rely on a car, the streets are blocked by wrecks. So, you grab a bicycle and pedal for your life, hoping you can get away from the inferno quickly. As you ride through the city, the fires grow larger, fueled by the many flammable materials that make up modern life. By the time you've managed to get to safety, dusk is falling and the sky above you is glowing bright orange from the flames. You stop at a convenience store to find something to eat. You're not worried about saving anything for later. After all, the whole world's food supply is now yours. But the problem is, most of it is going to spoil quickly. The city's lights flicker on as night falls, but only parts of the city are still lit. The power grid's been damaged by the fires, and with no humans around to manage the power plants, many of them shut down. Refrigeration systems fail, and food begins to decay. Welcome to the first day of your new life. Day 2. By day 2, survival becomes your main focus. You spend the day looking for a place to stay, somewhere on the outskirts of the city that still has power. The plumbing's still working for now, but you know that won't last long. Without human supervision, nuclear power plants begin to shut down automatically to avoid meltdowns. Coal, oil, and natural gas plants are shutting down too as their fuel runs out. It's only a matter of time before your city loses power, and sure enough, by midday it does. But not all is lost. There are still other towns powered by renewable energy, and they'll last a bit longer. You pack up your things, siphon some gas from abandoned vehicles, and head out. The highways are a mess, but they're wide enough for a good 4x4 vehicle to navigate. As you look in your rearview mirror, you see the fire still spreading across the city and into the wilderness. The world is burning, and there's no one to stop it. You encounter many pets on your journey, animals who have been set free by their owners, now long gone. These pets had a tough decision to make: stay in their homes and starve, or break free and face an uncertain future. Many will not survive. Some animals, however, have reverted back to their wild instincts. Formerly domesticated dogs now roam in packs, and even lions, once confined to zoos, roam free in cities. Day 3. Day 3 brings even more silence. The iconic Big Ben stops chiming, its massive clock needing to be wound every few days. With no one left to maintain it, it falls silent forever. All across the globe, wild animals begin to test the borders of human civilization. The predators, always opportunistic, are now roaming freely, hunting whatever they can find. Dogs, once loyal companions, now form packs, relying on their natural instincts to survive. Smaller breeds are proving more successful than the larger ones. The dogs that were bred for hunting and pest control are now thriving, hunting rats and smaller animals in the overgrown cities. Day 10. By day 10, the fires have died down in most major cities, leaving behind a dark, smoky haze. The air is thick with ash, and the rain that falls is polluted with toxic chemicals, making most water sources undrinkable. As you survive off bottled water, you realize that the power plants are shutting down one by one. Even nuclear power plants, once self-sustaining for a while, are now failing. Cooling systems are breaking down, and steam pressure builds up inside the reactors. Soon, explosions rock the plants, venting radioactive steam into the air. For now, you steer clear of the nuclear power plants and their toxic fallout. The radiation is slowly killing off wildlife, but you're far enough away from the worst of it. The real problem now is food. Preserved goods from stores will last for a while, but you'll eventually need to find fresh supplies. To survive long-term, you know you'll need to become resourceful, like your ancestors. Year 1. 1 year later, the world has changed completely. The formerly domesticated pets that survived the first few months are now feral, living off the land. Cats have adapted well. They've always been independent, but larger pets like dogs struggle, especially in the harsh winter months. The city you once called home is now overrun by wild animals, and nature is beginning to reclaim the land. Overgrown grass and weeds poke through the cracks in the pavement. Some of the dogs have learned to band together for survival, and they've become a force to be reckoned with. Year 5. 5 years into this new world, you find yourself hunting and fishing to survive. The domesticated animals that once relied on human care have now multiplied wildly, and herds of cattle, sheep, and horses roam freely across the plains. Some animals, like chickens, are thriving, but they're easy prey for larger predators. Coyotes, cougars, and wolves are back to their natural numbers, and some former human cities have transformed into urban jungles. Year 20. By year 20, the night sky is filled with falling satellites. After years of orbiting the Earth without commands, they begin to crash to the ground in fiery wrecks. In the aftermath of these crashes, radiation levels are beginning to subside, but it will still take time for it to be truly safe to return to those areas. The landscape is being reshaped by rivers carving new channels, and former cities are slowly sinking due to rising sea levels. Year 40. At year 40, age is beginning to catch up with you. The world has turned wild, and the conveniences of modern life are gone. You've learned to adapt, relying on the knowledge of survival skills, hunting, and fishing to provide for yourself. Your only companions are the dogs you've redomesticated, and the livestock that now wander freely across the land. The world you once knew is now unrecognizable, with skyscrapers crumbling and nature creeping back into every crack and crevice. The temperature is rising slowly, but it's no longer the burning heat of global warming. The Earth has reached a new equilibrium. The long road ahead. As the years go on, nature reclaims the world, forests overtake cities, and wildlife flourishes once again. Plastics, however, remain as a permanent reminder of humanity's impact. The ruins of our civilization will stay, but it's likely that a new species will rise to take our place. Have you enjoyed this video? Subscribe for more. Take care. Bye-bye.